At RAC Arena, we are committed to maximising our recycling rates. And to do this, we've introduced Containers for Change bins across the arena. Today, we've got a special guest that's going to give us a little bit more of an insight into how the program works. So introducing the CEO of Containers for Change, Mr. Tim Cusack. Tim, can you give us a little bit more of an insight into the program and how it all works?
Yeah, sure. So Containers for Change is now a dedicated recycling system for containers in WA. And we do that through a variety of refund points. There are over 260 from one end of the state to the other. And we then take those containers and get them recycled.
Wow, so the program's been quite successful, I believe, since the introduction.
It has. So since we began in October 2020, over 2 billion containers have been returned to Containers for Change.
Wow.
And that means 2 billion containers saved from landfill and that have been recycled. Most of it into new containers. So it's really a fantastic circular economy story and with many other benefits that flow.
Wow, some pretty big numbers and a fairly early on kind of piece to the puzzle.
Yeah.
And how does it work for the general public? If I have a container, what's the process?
Yeah, so the process is collect your containers, keep them out of landfill, keep them separate,
Yep.
and then get them either to one of our refund points. There's 260 across the state.
Wow.
And you can either get cash for them or you can join Containers for Change as a member and have your money credited to a bank account. One of the benefits of that is there are over 5,000 community groups, schools and charities across the state that have a member number as well. So if you're really passionate about one of those organisations and want to send your money that way, you can seamlessly, easily, just by quoting that member number at the refund point. So there's really lots of flexibility either to generate some income for yourself or to make a donation to a worthwhile cause.
So Tim, the big question on everyone's mind, what happens to our containers?
Yeah, we know everyone is really concerned to make sure that if they take the effort to recycle, that is actually recycled. And we pay a lot of attention to that, and we guarantee that if you recycle through Containers for Change, it's guaranteed to be recycled. And the best example of that is glass. And we have a bottle-to-bottle glass recycling solution, and people can be confident that if they bring any material to any of our 260 refund points, that material is 100% recycled.
Excellent, Tim. And it's great to see a program that has open transparency, but more importantly, I think a recycling program that keeps some of that material in-house in Australia. It's reprocessed, remanufactured, all done locally here in Australia.
Indeed.
And Tim, can you give us a little bit of a message to the wider community? Is there anything that you'd like to say out there to the broader audience?
Yeah. Look, the first thing to say, of course, is fantastic, well done WA for what's been achieved so far. There's still 530 million containers going to landfill every year. So as good as the scheme has been so far, there's still plenty more opportunity. So when you've got your water bottle and you're out and about and you're thinking about what to do with that water bottle, think twice about what bin you put it in. Because one of our core messages is if you dispose of your container in a general waste bin, it's guaranteed to go to landfill. So think about your container, make sure you take every opportunity to separate, and like RAC Arena here has done a fantastic job to enable dedicated separation of containers so that they can then be returned. They don't get contaminated by going in the wrong bin, they're put in a dedicated bin, they're kept separate, they're guaranteed to go back to the scheme and therefore guaranteed to be recycled. So look for the Containers for Change brand. More and more you'll see opportunities out and about to dispose of your container in a branded Containers for Change solution. So look for that, one near you, and that will be a much better result overall.
Excellent. So it's just a fantastic start to the Containers for Change, and as Tim mentioned, we've still got a lot of containers to capture. So make sure when you are at the likes of RAC Arena and you have a container, pop it in the white lidded bin. Not only does this support the community partners that are associated with RAC Arena from a charity perspective, but it also helps us maximise our diversion rates. If you want to find out how you can get involved in the Containers for Change program and make a difference, make sure you check out www.containersforchange.com.au/WA.